what should be incorporated into the core curriculum?
Well, the best way to do it is one of the things that I look at when I'm deciding. Pick a course. I'll use again Dr. Anderson's proposal, nutritional evidence-based practice. He's presenting that. One of the things that I asked Dr. Anderson to do is to present sort of an outline of what's being presented now in our curriculum versus what you are presenting. What's the difference? So you'll have to kind of do the legwork and pull out the syllabi and the course descriptions and do an analysis and look at that. That's what I'll do. I'll look at the syllabi from the related courses that you are presenting, and I'll ask you, so the onus will be on the person that's presenting the elective, what's different in your course? How is it different? Okay? And so once you've done that outline, because that is something that I'll ask for him to type up and write up, so we can present that to the curriculum committee, because the curriculum committee will ask those questions too, right? How is your course different from what has already been presented in core curriculum? And if you have done a good job of that, then it's usually smooth sailing. If your course is significantly different than what's presented in the core curriculum.
That doesn't answer the question of does it belong in the core curriculum or as an elective?
Well, if it's not being taught in the core curriculum, we can't add a new course to our already existing.
Well, that's the question. If it's new knowledge, how is the decision made to insert that new knowledge into the core curriculum versus make it elective?
Well, from my standpoint, it's very simple. You know, if it's not being taught in the core curriculum, then it's obviously an elective course.
So the core curriculum cast in concrete can never change.
It can change. New knowledge, if you were to incorporate it into an existing course?
In any of it.
Well, I'll give an example. If a instructor of a course wants to impart new knowledge into their course that's different from what they're presenting now, without changing their syllabi, you don't have to go to a curriculum committee to get that done. See what I'm saying? The curriculum committee is they make decisions regarding if there's a drastic change in the course. If you're changing the first page relative to the objectives and goals, that sort of thing. Now, if you want to add new topics to your course, it's not being presented now. New knowledge that's happening all the time, there's no limitation on that. You don't have to bring that to the curriculum committee.
I think that's one of our problems is that the amount of information that we're expecting our students to get increases. I see that on my two courses. I add all the time bits and pieces.
Well, I do too. On just one course. If I get information that's new and I want to add it to the course, I don't have to bring that to the curriculum committee.
Right.
I have not changed my goals and objectives of the course.
Right.
If I want to change a topic in my course, I can do that. That is consistent with delivering the objectives in my course. It has to be, if you're presenting new information, you have to look at your course's objectives and goals. Now, if it's a new goal and objective that's being presented, then that's where you'll have to get curriculum committee approval. But if it's only supporting your existing goals and objectives in your course, then there's no need to bring that to curriculum committee. Maybe I'm wrong. Any other curriculum committee folks disagree? I mean, it's the topic under your freedom as educators. We allow a lot of leeway there. We're not being so restricted that you can't add this new information because it's not on your syllabus. No. You know, if you're teaching something that's 10 years old and you got something new that brings you up to date, there's no hindrance on that.
I guess one of the concerns I have is that if we have, like, using this example of the nutrition class, a new elective called evidence-based nutrition, it makes it sound as though all the rest of the nutrition classes are not evidence-based. And in my head, I think, well, why wouldn't we just change the current nutrition classes to be evidence-based to be more up-to-date, rather than having an elective that not all students take?
I have a comment about that because the core nutrition classes have a lot of introduction, and when I think of the evidence-based nutrition, or I'm thinking about highly detailed advanced education.
Yeah, it's not meant for all students. It's meant for the students who want have additional interest in that.
I think that's key. I think that's key.
And that's how he presented it to me, and he did a good job of outlining how it was different, the information, and how it's going to be presented that's different than what's presented now.
But it's very tempting to keep adding information without getting rid of old information.
Now, you asked the instructors that are teaching the current nutritional courses, do they have time to bring this new information into their courses and cover all of the things that they're usually covering? They'll say, no, I can't do it.
Anyway, a better title, which would not denigrate the lower level nutrition classes by saying that this is the evidence-based practice class. Excuse me, would be something like current topics or advanced topics in nutrition.
I think all of the nutritional courses they are presenting evidence-based information.
Right.
They're not, that probably may not go into much detail as he will go into particular topics. He has particular topics that he's going to look at. They're not, and I know for a fact they're not being offered there. And instructors do not have the time to cover all the information that they're required to cover in national boards and all this other sort of thing. So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. But what's in the name? You can call it anything, you know.
Yeah, I don't care what it's called.
Yeah, if that's the only argument, the name. Yeah. Yeah, we can get beyond that. I don't care what you call it. I'm looking at what's underneath that, the details that he's presenting.
What is the advertising? The name is the advertising, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a hook when you're looking at something, and it can't be the same title that we're using in our core curriculum.
Right. Or it denigrates our core curriculum in some way, even inadvertently.
Yeah, I understand. I really do. I understand. But, that's a fine line that I have to walk. And when we present his material to the curriculum committee, I hope you guys bring up those questions, and hopefully we'll satisfy you with the right answers. If not, we'll take it back to the drawing board and get the right answers for you. But that's the work of the curriculum committee, bringing up those particular issues, seeing things that we, with tunnel vision, may not see. You on the outside, and so that feedback is very important. And that's why these decisions were not made in isolation. And that's one of the good things about the process of the curriculum committee, is they will answer those questions that you guys are asking. Any other curricular issues? Okay, thank you.